welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host, Steven, and well, we got this guy Jeff here too, and today we're going to be talking about oil, motor oil, the lube, the good stuff, the stuff that separates the pistons, the cams, and you know, the stuff that circulates through that engine like the blood in your hot. So that's what we're doing. Jeff's here doodling around a little bit, and he's just getting everything all dialed in, and hopefully this microphone's working good. So it's called the Samsung, so we're going to set her up here, and we're coming right here. We're at the Olive Mediterranean, really cool hookah lounge down on Sunset, and we're going to go right here, and we should be good to go. All right, we're good. Aha, how's it going? So let me know how this mic sounds. We got one mic set up. Just had some new digital updates, and we'll get a bottle of lube here. Got Jeff's getting all dialed in, but here is some BMW motor oil, and this is it's actually not synthetic, believe it or not. It's weird. So this stuff they charge $15 for. There's nothing on here that says anything about it being synthetic or anything like that. So we're going to talk about all these cool topics, and of course we're going to be answering your questions. I have a whole thing of questions from my last question I asked on my community guide section, and I got like 11 different comments, and we're going to go over them all right now, and I'll just get into it right now with you. Let me see, Jeff, can you pass that magazine over there?
Yes.
There should be a magazine. Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
You're a good man. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to go through, we'll go through a couple of good questions. We'll start out with Ivan Rodriguez. Really appreciate you, Ivan, man. Thanks for being a big part of the channel. And your question was, can you talk about oil? And I didn't realize how long it's been since I've talked about this stuff, because I did a whole, you know, Mobil1 versus Pennzoil versus so many other oils, but I haven't talked about it in months, and I have playlists on it, and I'll put a little link to that up in the corner later on, throw that up. But yeah, really appreciate you recommending that. We got Shaky Jake, good man. He asking questions about marine oil. How is AMSOIL far superior to Merc Cruiser oils and the benefits? So basically, those oils are like a synthetic blend, and synthetic blends are just not 100% synthetic, so the film strength isn't as strong. You're not going to keep the metal separated as good, so you're not going to get the same wear protection. And the AMSOIL wear 75% more wear protection compared to OEM. So a car that runs this will last about 2 to 4 times longer than using like a synthetic blend or some sort of full synthetic, because they're all the same. So there'll be a difference in cold start protection compared. There'll also be a difference in high heat protection. So the oil doesn't thin out as easy because all the additives are much more stable. So there's no mineral oil in 100% synthetic compared to the full synthetics and the blends. Like Pennzoil is a synthetic blend, and what makes this, it's got mineral oil in it. So the mineral oil is much more unstable, and it thickens quicker and kind of boils down, and it burns off. So when you're running this in your boat, you're going to have much better, smoother operation. It's going to last longer, less varnish. So the list goes on. And I also put some tests in the description section of this video. You might be curious, well, even I want to see the numbers on SAE third-party testing. So it's not like a controlled test, and it's just an industry standard test. Be sure to check that out. It's in the description section below. It's good stuff. Really appreciate that, Shaky Jake. Good man. Going on the 4-door SI. Thanks for being a part of the channel. I remember you asking some good questions. Dare you place your input on Nate Interactive Auto 020 testing AMSOIL versus Mobil1, didn't see how the oil that protected bearing better lost. So basically he's saying that the oil that was protecting the bearings better lost. Well, you can say that anything can lose if you compare it in certain areas. So it could be better in another area or something like that. You getting any audio there, Jeff?
I haven't quite done that.
Jeff's just checking it out here. He's playing with his laptop over here. Let me make sure Jeff's in here. Let me check the camera. Make sure we're good here.
Oh, we gotta be, because I set mine at the
All right.
spot,
Up, you're off to the side, Jeff. Let me get you in a little more. Cool. Scooch over a little bit, Jeff. Just a little teeny bit. We got 19 viewers. Wow.
All right.
Good.
How are we looking?
Good. We're good.
Good.
All right. So we're good. All right. Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Let's see what these comments are saying. Sound is bad pattern. That beer looks delicious. Okay. Your audio is really bad. All right. So we're having audio issues. So we're going to try to restart this thing here. All right. Is the audio, let's see. Should be better.
Thank you.
Let's see here. See if the restaurant has Wi-Fi. Someone asked.
A little slow.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is not too good either. Let's see here.
Everybody watch the proper placement of the mic.
Go ahead and turn that on, Jeff. Is it on?
No, we're on.
All right, beautiful. We're online. We got them both running.
If you have a beard, you
I like
lift
it.
it up.
I like it.
You put it in the bottom.
I like
and
it.
now you have invisible audio.
Beautiful.
Let's see here. Oh, we'll just choke me with the wire.
Can you get audio in that, Jeff? To see
Yes,
what we
I
sound
can.
like?
Yes, I can. Oh, there
Let's
we
see.
go.
Let's see if we can get this thing working. I hope it works. Oh man, been playing with this. Oh man.
We got a little bit of chop.
All right, we got some chop going on. Could be some interference here.
But you know what? It's not bad, right?
Let's try putting it up on top of the table. Try putting the receiver up.
Oh, mine,
It sounds better now.
We got a little bit of chop. We got some chop going on.
That's what it was doing at the shop.
You know what?
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties of trying a new wireless mic system. Hey, we're trying to bring higher value content to the channel, so we're trying. Let's see.
Okay.
Technical difficulties of trying a new wireless.
Yeah, it's a little
Higher
fun.
value content.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Should
we're
we
up.
plug it in, you think?
No. Let's just go for it.
All right, let's just keep rolling. We're going to keep rolling. All right, so now we're getting into the next one. We got another good guy here. We got Lee Carley. If you're looking for a topic to cover on Thursday, why don't you focus on specifically on diesel oil and the different weights and what makes one oil better than the other? Instance, everybody with a 6-liter Power Stroke runs either 1540 or the 540, but I run the AMSOIL Signature Series 530. We're around every oil change no matter what, and I've never had a problem. So yeah, I mean, you can run a thinner weight oil, you know, you're not going to have the high heat protection, so the film strength won't be quite as strong. So that's really the only difference. And then as far as running like a Signature Series motor oil like this, your big difference is going to be that the Signature is formulated for gasoline engines, and then the diesel oil is actually formulated for the diesel engine. And the diesel has a lot of soot, and all that soot actually thickens the oil. It's called soot thickening. And the benefit in running a diesel, you're just going to have a less soot thickening because there's extra proprietary additives that are added to the oil that don't let it get as sooty. So that's going to be one of the benefits. And still have some audio there, Jeff?
Yeah.
Try YouTube. Turn up YouTube for a second. Let's see what it looks
Oh,
like.
YouTube's all the way up. YouTube's the one I'm using.
Let's see. Is it going?
We have a little bit of static.
All right, we got static. I don't know what's causing it, but we're trying to get it dialed in. All right, so we're going to keep rolling. Boom. We're going over.
Mine sounds good. Yours sounds bad.
All right.
Yeah. So something's right, something's wrong.
All right.
So
Let me
I
try
don't know if you want to put
restarting
it. Yeah, restart the mic.
We have a little bit of static. All right. We got
Oh yeah, that sounded much better.
Now we're good.
I think so.
Back on. Sound a little better. All right, so now we're going to go on to Johnny Meeks. I would do a show pertaining to the questions why, when, load my lawnmower, and he was saying something about his old lady. Funny, good stuff, Johnny. That's silly stuff. That actually would be a good topic. That would probably get a lot of views. That silly stuff, but you know we want to keep it a little bit topic oriented and keep the information coming for extra value. So now we're going on to Omar Braun, ostentatious, bodacious bro from Jamaica. He asking some questions, where can you get this stuff? Well, there's actually an international page on the YouTube website. You can go on there, check it out, and you can go on there and you'll see all these different distributors all over internationally. So you can definitely check that out on there. Really appreciate that. Thanks for being a part of the channel, Omar. Really appreciate it. We're going to keep shooting over. Is the sound getting any clearer? Getting any better?
Okay.
there's actually an international page on
Sounds a little better.
It does. I think we sound a little bit better.
All right. So we're getting the volume a little bit better.
Maybe
we're wrapping the kinks out of
maybe
this stuff.
move it up to your collar.
All right. Well, that had nothing to do with it before, but we'll see. Yeah. It's either it's clear or it's not. So there's got to be interference in here somewhere. All right. So now we're going on to
Cool.
Jason Sneed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beautiful.
That's fine. I'll move. I'll move
bring it
some
all
over
over.
this way. Yeah.
Bring it all over,
Let's
yeah.
go this.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
Thank you.
I
really
just had to get a
appreciate it.
laptop
Thank you.
set up.
Excellent service here at the Olive.
Oh yes, we're at the Olive.
Yes.
Olive Mediterranean Grill.
And this is where Jeff did his magic show last week.
Yeah.
Jeff was so busy we didn't have him. So
We didn't. And I was only able to blink in and blink out, and we weren't up and going yet. But that's okay. You know what? It was fantastic, and I had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. So if you guys don't know, you're new to the channel lately, Jeff here, big time hotshot, and I know he can't talk about himself the way I can, but believe it or not, Jeffrey lived through some war hero stuff. He out there in the fields working on military vehicles, also touching and playing with aircraft, and so he's a multi-talented master mechanic in several fields. And you just wouldn't think that, but Jeff is, and that's why we bring him on the channel for all the value. He brings so much to the channel. It means so much to have him.
Yeah.
You're the best, Jeff.
I love being here.
You're the best.
If I wasn't having fun, we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we're doing lube, and you know, my old saying, if it ain't wet, it ain't protected, and if it ain't protected, it ain't wet. That's why the wetter the better. You got to get your rubbers wet whenever you're putting on your filters, which I don't think I brought a filter today, but
Ooh, I even contemplated that.
it's okay. It's okay. But we're going to keep going on about oil.
Yeah,
So
why
we'll
not?
get to some questions. We got any questions up there, Jeff?
Oh boy.
Oh, we got Johnny Meeks. He's on. Awesome. Cool. So we got another Jason Sneed, like I was saying. Thanks, Jason, for putting this down here. AMSOIL power steering brake fluid. Really appreciate that. We'll definitely do some more videos with the power steering brake fluid. Shabubu, we're going down to Mr. Wilson DX. Girlfriend just had her 2009 Camry engine rebuilt after about 82,000 miles. Does she need to brake the car back in? And how should she do that? You just do it like this right here. This is how you brake her back in. No, I'm just kidding. You don't do that. Don't do that. Basically, these new engines these days, they come from the factory with synthetic in them, so you don't really have to break them in. I guess if it's like a flat tappet cam or a race engine, then you would do brake in oil. Is that correct, Jeff?
You got Pardon me.
Oh, get in there, Jeff. Of
Yeah,
course.
brake-in oil, and you also, with the flat tappet cams, you also have a brake-in procedure.
All right. All right.
I've seen this done before. Basically, what they did, they started it up, and he held it at about 3,500
All right.
for like, it was either 15 or 30 minutes. I'm not sure which. It was a long time ago.
All right.
But I do remember
Slower.
sitting there listening.
Good man,
There you go,
Jeff.
sir.
Good man.
Listening to this. It was a bad truck. It was a old K5 Blazer. He just put a 454 aluminum heads, aluminum block machine crank, balanced and blueprinted. I mean, this thing was an animal, and I never see him drive it.
Huh.
That makes me sad. But yeah, I remember the break-in on the engine, and he just sat there holding it at $3,000, and that was the first time. That was the first time I actually learned about that.
Wow.
So,
That's cool.
hell yeah.
So how many miles do you usually run it when you break it in?
You know, I hear all sorts. I'm preferential to 1,000 miles. You run it for 1,000, change it out, and then, you know, go with what you're going to put in your car, make it go for a while. But yeah, the first 1,000 miles, it kind of gets all the stuff and things out of the system.
Metallic and
Yeah, well, you know, once the bearings seat in and the rings seat in, they're seating in by removing metal. You know, I mean, they have to. You've got to mate. You have to shave one or shave the other to get a flat seal, flat mating, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, after 1,000 miles, you want to get that crap out of there, and then you change it, put your motor oil in, go your 12,000 miles, and be happy.
turn that up. Is it sounding better, Jeff?
A little bit.
All right. Guess it is what it is.
So the only disadvantage of doing this at dinner time is we're doing this at dinner time. So
Exactly.
that's okay.
Jeff's a hungry guy.
Look, big machine takes a lot of fuel, high octane. That's why we got some salsa.
Looks good.
Yes.
So yeah,
And
really appreciate that, Mr. Wilson DX. Excellent question. And he asked also, how often should I change the oil after that? Well, there's 3 different AMSOILs you can run. You can run the AMSOIL OE oil, which is good for original equipment interval. Most cars, that's going to be anywhere from 3 to 10,000 miles.
Yep.
You're going to be completely bulletproof for that amount of time. You can run the AMSOIL XL, which is a little bit higher, a little bit better, more detergents. It's got more antioxidation additives. Shabubu, you're good for a year, 12,000 miles. And then, of course, you can run
Signature Series.
This is good for 1 year, 25,000 miles, or 700 idling hours. And this is actually so good, you can run this for 15,000 miles of severe service. So that's plowing snow, towing, idling, driving Uber, driving Lyft. You can run that for 15,000 miles. And when you run this for 10,000, like I did in my Honda, I did a Honda Accord field test, which I'll put a link to that up in the corner, oil analysis. I ran this Signature for 10,000, and I burned off 0.4 quart.
That's awesome.
So right about here, not even half a quart of oil in 10,000 miles. So that's just an idea of how it doesn't burn off compared to Mobil1 or Pennzoil, some of the other oils, which we got our Mobil1 over there. I'll show you in a second.
So what you guys are catching on my side is it's time for some Chef Jeff.
All right.
So when I first came here to the Olive, my favorite thing to order was these pita chips and their salsa. Our pita chips and salsa are friggin' amazing, but I started sampling hummus, and I learned how to like hummus, and it is wonderful. So then I took the salsa, and I mixed it in with the hummus. Oh my God. It is the most amazing thing I think I've ever had. And everybody who comes and sits with me at the Olive, I make them try it. Did I make you try this yet?
I haven't.
Oh, let me wait, you gotta have, look, the mixture has to be perfect.
Let me try it here. I never tried this.
Literally.
When I can get in there.
Yeah, we gotta have a nice even color. Go for it.
Let's go for it.
Have at it. There we go. Got a little kick.
Holy shit, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So,
Holy
I
shit.
make 2 bowls because
Damn, that's good.
awesome. And then we just.
Uh-oh. We freeze up?
Uh-oh. No. We're still there. We're still live. All the way live.
All right.
It got shocked by the taste of this hummus. It lost its stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. It's either the Wi-Fi or
No.
that's okay.
So, we move on to Daniel. Daniel Banish. Maybe difference between coolants like OAT, organic. What's OAT? Organic acid.
Organic acid technology,
All right. And then HOAT.
which is hybrid organic acid technology.
So Daniel was curious, my good, ostentatious, bodacious bro Daniel. Shit, what's the difference, Jeff?
Well, they put silicates in there. Now, I'm not 100% versed. I know I promised I would research this, but I'm just going to give you some battlefield experience. How about that?
That's good.
You know what? Proof's in the pudding.
All right.
So, I have used all sorts of coolants. There are a couple of very specific coolants, but I myself use a universal. Now, back in the day, I used to do my, I used to carry 3 or 4 different coolants on my shelf. I'd have good old-fashioned green. I'd have the red Dex Cool stuff, and then I would keep the Ford extended life. Or I actually used to keep a little bit of Prestone Chameleon, which is a universal. So keeping all those coolants, we would see cooling system failures all the time. Things with GM. Sorry, I hope I don't get sued. Dex Cool. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not going to say that a product is good or bad or anything like that, but Dex Cool is not my favorite. I've actually seen many cooling system failures. One of the issues with Dex Cool is it cannot be mixed with any other coolant except for Chameleon.
I didn't know that.
Chameleon does not have the things. Now, the Dex Cool is supposed to be anti-acidic. It's supposed to stop electrolysis. We did discuss that one time. Electrolysis is basically where dissimilar metals and electrolytes start eating stuff away, and then we have holes in the radiator because it's eating it from the inside out. But I stopped that one day. I got tired of buying different coolants. My guy saying, "Hey, we're out of Dex Cool," or "Hey, we're out of." They didn't tell me when we still had 2 bottles. They told me when they poured the last drop in the day before. Yeah, but they told me that the day after.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so it was crap. So I finally decided to up my game, and it was a more expensive coolant, but I got a universal coolant. Everything that I use is pre-mixed. I refuse to use tap water. I don't care where you are in the country. Tap water has minerals. It comes out of the ground. It absorbs stuff on its way in and out. So, fine to drink, good for the body, bad for cooling systems, because the more metals, metalloids, and minerals you have inside your cooling system, the more likely we are to suffer from electrolysis. We're just trying to make a battery at that point. We're just giving it our best. And that'll cause deposits, again, erosion, corrosion on the inside. Something to think about. Minerals are like little tiny fine pieces of iron and fine pieces of copper and all that kind of stuff, right? So that also works as an abrasive. So you put that crap inside the cooling system, you get contamination in there. Now this is like a slurry running through your system that's eroding other things. One of the reasons to get your cooling system flushed frequently, I believe, is to keep that stuff out of the system, because a lot of times in that coolant reservoir bottle, because that gets opened, shit will get in there. Shit settles to the bottom of the bottle, gets sucked back in the cooling system when your vehicle sits overnight and refills it.
Wow.
So it's actually sucking in bad stuff into your coolant. So yeah, getting it flushed. But back on topic, the all makes, all models that I use is fantastic. I have never, ever, ever had a cooling system failure because of the coolant.
Wow.
I know it sounds like, oh, how the fuck can you say that, Jeff? You know how I can say that? Because before, when I was using those other coolants, my customers would have regular interval cooling system failures.
Wow.
So there's just, not all the product is great, and just because they came out with Dexcool specifically for GM, they did it way back in the early 90s. I don't know if they've made a whole lot of improvements since then. I like to use the newest and the best because there's more technology.
And I like a coolant like AMSOIL.
Well, absolutely.
It's like they have their low toxicity biodegradable coolant,
If you care about animals.
which is great.
Yeah.
And also it stops from pitting the aluminum very low on the scale. They actually measure and compare it. Such a cool product to see that. The way it keeps your engine running cooler. There's less restriction as it flows through. You'll actually feel your motor run smoother.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I changed over on my C5 Corvette, I was like, wow, how can coolant do that? You just don't expect it. But I actually was running it, I think, what was it, like 30-70, 30% straight concentrate and 70% distilled water.
Wow.
Distilled water has less.
That's thin.
Mineral.
That's a thin mixture.
It is. And it just seemed to really pull the heat out of the block better. However, I was running it in conjunction with the Dominator coolant boost, and you'll see it's like this dual surfactant technology that gets added in.
I want to explain that once you're done.
All right.
Please, that's
All
one of
right.
my favorite things. I love surfactants.
All right, yeah, it's a dual surfactant, and it made a huge difference. But Jeff, go ahead and explain to him the dual surfactant.
So so
Really
far so good.
Excellent. Yeah, really
One
good.
more. I'm gonna power this down.
Okay. You want me to grab another one? Okay.
There we go. Okay. So, have you looked up the definition and the understanding of what a surfactant is even?
I can't remember.
Okay, cool. But this is one of the things I like to keep on top of mind because,
Hey, Jeff.
yeah.
I think we got our first super chat.
Hey! Oh my gosh. Let's see here.
I see a $20 bill there in the corner.
Oblige him?
I got to do it.
Thank you,
That
thank you,
means
thank
so
you.
much. Got our first super chat tip, and that gets to Jeff. And
Just so you know, that goes
back in.
right back into the giveaway.
Yep. And it really helps us out.
Okay, so surfactants. So do we remember the experiment when you were in science class and you guys put pepper on top of water or a leaf or something that floated, right? Maybe a small bug, who cares? Whatever it was. And then we take a drop of Dawn dish soap, okay? Go ahead, oblige.
Oh, no, just
Oblige.
keep talking, Jeff.
Okay.
You just never
All
know
right.
when it's coming.
You might surprise the shit out of me. I'll love it.
You never know when it's coming.
So what it does, the surfactant actually breaks the surface tension of the water. Now I know nobody thinks about water as having friction, but water has surface tension. That's how little water bugs run across. That's why pepper will float, leaves, stuff like that, breaking the water tension. But what we do is we have the booster. Thank you. And the cooling system booster actually breaks the surface tension of the water, but not like soap, because could you imagine the disaster if you had foam in your cooling system? Your car would look like a frickin' suds machine. But even worse than that, if an air pocket with that suds got into the water pump area, it's called cavestation. It basically makes a big bubble because of the so the idea of going and buying soap and trying to do that same thing, bad idea. But you can get yourself some product, and if you get this product,
Anything else going on?
oh no, we're let's see here.
You got someone else is super chatting?
Nope, we just have one.
Who is that?
That was top chat. We had live chat. That was DJ something. Oh, making me work here even. Making me
Yeah,
work.
we want to keep an eye on that because it's tough when we have this camera set up. Let's see.
All right, DIY Speed Shop.
Oh,
he's
DIY.
the one.
Zach.
Yep,
All right.
he's the
Thanks,
one.
Zach. Really appreciate that, Zach. Zach is a new AMSOIL dealer.
All
We're
right.
helping him out. We're getting him started. Thanks, Zach, for doing that. Really appreciate it. You're showing people how to do it. All you do is you click on the little money symbol down the middle, and goes back into the channel to the giveaway. And we love giving. This loving and giving makes life worth living.
Uh-oh.
So we really enjoy that.
Oh, he says dig
Jeff's
it.
just
All
wrapping
right.
the kinks out of it here.
Yeah. Next time, remind me to bring a mouse.
All right. Jeff needs a mouse.
Daniel Bryant, the audio is popping. We're going to have to figure something out with the audio at some point. As of right now.
It's wireless mic. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We got a lot more chat than I knew about. My goodness. Okay. Yes. Bottle slap. Bottle slap. Oh my God, guys. Totally delinquent here.
Good stuff. All right, well,
Back
keep moving.
to our surfactants piece we were talking about here.
Yep.
Let's see here.
If you enjoy this,
There we go. There's our chat.
if you're enjoying the live chat, definitely give us a thumbs up. Helps out the channel. And if it's your first time here, just kind of touching and feeling around the channel, definitely consider subscribing. We
Oh
do a
my
lot of
gosh.
information that'll help you with people. That's all he does every day. For me, I love talking about lube.
Yeah.
I love getting things wet. And like I tell people, the wetter the better. And that's what we do on the channel. We sauce up engines. This
Yeah.
is Jeff's terminology. We're saucing stuff
Putting
up.
some sauce on it.
And we're making a difference. Better gas mileage, better performance.
Yeah.
And you know, that's all Jeff and I care about. We love the power. I have a Corvette. Jeff has a Moonstang.
Yeah. 89 Fox.
We love it. We love the power. So we're big car enthusiasts. But then again, we love the better gas mileage, and we love not polluting, having lower emissions, less
Yeah.
smog.
Yeah.
And that's everything AMSOIL does. We got the PI cleaner.
Yeah.
This really stops.
Saves actual gas
Yep.
mileage.
That really helps with performance, cleans the valves, cleans inside the combustion chamber, so you have more. You keep your original compression, gets all the carbon out of there, because over time, all these deposits,
Yes.
and when that happens, you actually you don't have your same air to fuel mixture, and you're just not running the engine the way it should be. And then this cleans your injectors too. And this is a proprietary fuel additive, and you put it in every 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
So that's the PI. Yeah.
So, all right. We'll finish up on the coolant real quick because we have a ton of questions. We're
Oh
gonna
my
have
God.
we're gonna have to go through here, and we're gonna have to start knocking these
All
questions
right,
out.
let's do it. Let's do
All
it.
right. So, basically, when you put a cooling system performance enhancer, it is breaking the surface tension. It is not causing friction as it travels through the passages, through the radiator, around the water pump. Lower friction, lower heat. Good cooling system product can dissipate, has a high boiling point. Yeah, no, that's what you want. That's what you want. I used to have a vehicle that I had to put the cooling system performance enhancer. I used a different product. They had this stuff called Purple Ice. I don't believe, no, I had another one before that. But either way, it was the product that I found to use at the time, and it worked. So I had a vehicle overheat in the summer, no longer did that. All right, so let's get out there.
And the
Johnny, oh, go ahead,
And
go
the
ahead.
great thing is about the AMSOIL Dominator Coolant Boost, you don't have to do a radiator flush. You can actually add that right to your existing coolant, and it's compatible with all other coolant makes. So that you'll see that. I'll put that in the description. You can check that out. But it's just a great little boost to gas mileage and horsepower.
There we go.
How are we looking on YouTube,
We're
Jeff?
looking okay. YouTube's a little fuzzy. Facebook's doing a little bit better, but that's
All right.
okay. We're not judging.
All right.
All right. So let's get on to the questions here.
All right.
I'm going to take a deep breath. Okay, we got a lot to do. All right, so Johnny Meek says that beer looks delicious. I have to tell you, Johnny, I've never seen Eben drink beer. That is tea.
Yep.
And then me, I'm splurging tonight. When I splurge, cheers, I do tonic and lime.
Beautiful, Jeff.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Ooh, because it's tasty. Well, tonic has quinine. Quinine
I don't know
is
what that is.
supposed to be an anti-inflammatory of sorts.
All right.
Sounds like a dangerous chemical, but obviously it's not too bad.
Jeez.
And then lime, because why the hell not? That's why the hell not. All right, so on to the next one. Your audio is really bad. I know, Danny. I know. See if the restaurant has Wi-Fi. It does. That's what we're using the laptop on. Think your connection video is okay. Blah. Okay, cool. Thank you, Danny, again. Let's see. Next question. Wireless mic. I know. We're working it here. Okay, we're gonna go to. I got a Johnny Meeks. Okay. I bought a brand new Nissan Desert Runner. It has 60 miles on it. I just got my AMSOIL Signature Series oil today and new AMSOIL filter, so I'm changing it tomorrow. I've been a Pennzoil guy for 30 years. Thank you for coming back to the light. You left the dark side. You did. You managed to make it back here. I don't know much about this world, but as far as I know, I don't think that Pennzoil has a 15,000 mile oil.
Yeah, these are all just for OEM interval.
Yeah.
It's just a full synthetic.
I think the only one that really tries very, very hard would be Mobil1.
Show them that, Jeff.
Mobil1, and this does say Ultimate Fully Synthetic. It does actually say it on the Mobil1 label.
Yeah, but it's not 100% synthetic, Jeff.
I mean, full synthetic. Okay, it doesn't say 100%. I'm going to do my research on that. This one says guarantees to protect for 1 full year and 20,000 miles. One of the comments on one of your videos was a gentleman who has a nice Mercedes, and he said when he switched over from Mobil1, which is what Mercedes recommends in the book, to AMSOIL, he had less oil burn off. I got to say the same thing. When I switched synthetics, obviously I did not change from Mobil1. I changed from Royal Purple. But same results, less oil burn off. So
Wow.
I'm happy with not losing oil.
Look at that. Awesome.
I mean, you to be honest, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, so what was your experience when you did that trip?
Oh man,
Tell them that trip story.
I'm gonna tell the
This-
trip story
this is
again.
directly about a flush and oil change.
Yeah. So we finally got my license up and going, my dealer's license.
All right.
And we finally ordered. We did my first order for personal, not for the shop. We'd already been doing some oil for the shop. And we had to go, me and my family had to go on a road trip up to Washington. It was a hell of a long drive. And I said, you know what, this is the time to test the AMSOIL. I mean, if you're going to do it, throw it in the fire. You know what I mean? Have at it. So I did the flush, I did the AMSOIL filter and the Signature Series. Now, prior to that, my vehicle ate 1 quart every 750 to 1,000 miles, closer to 1,000. I found that out after the first 2,000 miles when my wife said, hey, the oil light's on. And I'm like, okay. So that was a problem for me. That scared the crap out of me.
Huh.
And I was running Royal Purple at the time. You know, I mean, that just made me sad. So when I did the flush, I went up there 2,500 miles. I rechecked my fluid level. I should have been 2.5 quarts down by the numbers. Turns out I was 0.3 quarts down. 0.3. I mean, that's almost a 300. That's a 200 and some odd percent reduction in oil burn off.
0.3 quart right there.
0.3.
Not a third of a quart.
Un poquito.
That's it.
Hablamos español. No más. I mean, that was great. That was great. It made me happy. So, you know, I told myself something a long time ago when I first got out of the military, right? You only have so many options of fields to go in when you get out.
All right.
I mean, I guess this is true. You can go into retail and sell stuff. You can go into warehousing and put shit away. You can go into a trade job where you work with your hands all the time. And you can go into law enforcement. That was kind of where my brain was at. That is not all the fields in the world. I could have been a stripper. I chose not, okay? I chose not to be.
All right.
Wasn't in the cards.
Comfortable.
Wasn't in the cards.
We're still a little more comfortable.
So when I got put in my first sales position, I had this thing in my heart. I can't sell something that I don't know and don't believe in. So everything that I sell, motor oil, if you've been coming to my shop for a while, for everybody, I told every customer that I had that this was the best product that I knew of.
All right.
That's the key. It was the best product that I knew of. And prior to that, ooh, good job. You ate your dinner. I might get you a dessert, sir.
Thanks, Jeff.
We might do some, oh, I bet they got some baklava.
Jeff's got me all comped in here. He knows people.
I know people. And those people, they know me. So, yeah. I have to understand and I have to have faith in a product. And so once you gain my faith, you have my undying devotion.
Beautiful,
I will
Jeff.
stand behind the product. I will go to bat. I do that for people that I trust. I do that for products I trust. Because if you're selling something that you don't believe in, you're selling snake oil.
And it's like having real hot, you know,
Yeah.
to be able to hang in there.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, but be willing to change. Be willing to change.
And try new.
That's the key. That's how I went from I went from crushed dinosaur bone. No, you know what? I used to use Valvoline Max Life in my old Mustang,
Which is like a Mobil 1.
Right.
Basically, a lot of people think Mobil 1's a big deal. This is actually, if you look at the numbers and the test data, which I put below, it's about the same as like Quaker State,
yeah.
or like any of those other like semi-synthetic oils, or like even like a Super Tech full synthetic from Wama. This is basically almost the same oil. And they call it like a big deal, annual protection, and
Yeah.
yeah, AMSOIL burns off at half the rate of this.
Yeah.
So it's, you have to think about the way it seals the pistons and cams. Now, in this specific SAE test, yes, it's something like that. You have to look up the exact numbers.
Yeah.
But when you actually have it in the real world inside an engine,
Yeah.
since it's sealing the piston rings better because it's 100% synthetic, the film strength is stronger, you're having less blow-by.
Well, and they're testing that on a new engine.
Correct.
I tested it on an engine that had, I got lucky, I got a JDM motor in there, so it had low miles, but still, 45,000 mile engine, well broken in, well used, shipped from Japan, hell of a deal. But yeah, so an engine with mileage, even though that 52%'s right there, which one of you has a 0 miles engine still?
Exactly.
I don't.
And the thicker film strength, it's going to seal those piston rings.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to get in between there, and it's not going to allow the blow-by. So, yes, if you just boil the oil, it's going to burn off at half. But when you calculate the sealing ability of the 100% synthetic, now it's not 50%. Now it's like 80% difference.
Now, I want you to look at this, okay? Film strength is really an interesting thing, and I'm going to demonstrate what film strength is.
Exactly.
Let's,
So the oil sloshes around.
Oh, no,
and
I got more here.
The only thing that separates that metal, the pistons and the cams, is that film strength. Right, Jeff?
That's right, and I'm actually going to give you a quick demonstration.
Get in there.
We're going to...
Jeff's got his cards out. I'm going to put my deck away. Actually, I'm going to shrink it down a little bit before I put it away so it fits sometimes. Got to be careful which you package. Just got to crush it down a little more. And there, little teeny weeny. There you go, Jeff.
All right. Do you have a joker in there?
No,
No.
I never joke around. I'm perfectly serious all the time.
I wholeheartedly disagree. All right, let's get a...
Agree to disagree to
Yeah,
disagree.
we'll agree to disagree. Okay, so I got a playing card here. This is... Give me
Is that
my
my water?
That's your water.
Thanks.
All right, so we're going to have a playing card. And a playing card's going to represent AMSOIL.
All right.
We're going to get our Mobil 1. Okay?
All right.
And the napkin is Mobil 1 also. So
Tell us
we have a
more.
little moisture, right?
All right.
Pistons going up and down, up and down, up and down, right?
All right.
So if your film strength isn't good enough and you go up and down so many times, this is the film, and the film has now separated.
Yes.
You have managed to squish the oil molecules further
Shear it.
away from each other.
Shearing 'em.
Shearing. Wonderful word. Shearing.
Genius, Jeff.
That means we're not breaking the oil molecule. Okay, we're not that damn strong, but you can pull them apart if they don't have the correct technology to stick together. Now, we're going to do that same trick on AMSOIL. For some reason, it's just not going through. Why? Because the film strength is stronger. Okay, maybe that's an extreme representation, but what if,
You're not going to have the oil shear.
yeah, you're not going to have the oil shear. If you don't have the oil shear, the oil is not going to be far enough apart to make it up past the compression rings.
Exactly.
Because the film strength is thicker. So when we talk about some of this jargon stuff, you got to say, hey, wait a minute, explain that to me. The explanation is the molecules stay closer together, therefore they cannot bypass the oiling ring and the compression rings.
And they don't thin out as easy under high heat.
Right. And boy, we got some high heat. If you live anywhere in the southwest United States,
Oh yeah,
it gets hot.
extremely hot.
So,
Turn that up, Jeff. Let's see how it
Yeah.
sounds. Is it sounding better?
I don't know.
Trying to figure out this volume stuff. God, a couple days just trying to get it to work.
You've been playing with it for a couple of days now?
Been playing with
Does
it.
it
for-
hurt? A little bit.
It hurts me that people can't hear it.
The way it feels
No, we're good.
All right.
Audio's fantastic. All right, so
All right, we're
let's
getting
get
it done.
let's
We're getting it
get back into our questions.
done. All right.
Asked and answered.
All right, Jeff.
See if I
do
got
it.
face. Oh wait, I got audio. I know, Roberto. You said royal purple, but check it out. It's not as good. We talked about this. Come and see me. Come and see me next week. All right. So, Pennzoil guy, your feed is really choppy or crappy. I don't know how the autocorrect worked on that
It's
one.
rough.
Okay, does 040, Dennis Atkins asked, does 040 weight holding is the best? I hope you clarified this down. 040 is fantastic. European oil. They use it they use that in the new Corvettes too.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
new Stingray comes factory fill with Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. This is it's a good second place oil. It's pretty good,
All right.
but it's nothing compared to 100% synthetic.
Okay, let's see here. I'm super excited. Even bought me 2 AMSOIL hats and became an AMSOIL. Oh, that's Johnny.
Oh my God.
Johnny's a grateful guy. Johnny, thank
Johnny,
you.
what's his last name?
Johnny Meeks.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Johnny. Really appreciate that. Awesome.
When will AMSOIL start selling in big chain stores? I have the answer to this. I've only been a dealer of AMSOIL for a little while, but it's not. We're not going to sell it to Walmart. We're not going to give it to Target. That's not the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to find it at a gas station or a liquor store. Definitely not with the malt liquor. It's not going to be in there. Unless I just randomly start walking around town depositing single bottles of AMSOIL on random ass shelves. That would be fun. I might even buy a case of a 12 pack of AMSOIL just to do that.
Interesting.
Why not? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not going to happen. They can't. There's.
I think they limit it at like 12 different locations or a dozen locations.
Yeah.
So basically, you can have a small chain, but they don't do any type of selling it for less or something like that. They want to keep it very fair and keep the quality levels there.
Keeping the market competitive makes for better products.
Yes.
Because if you're trying to cut dollars, you're gonna. Think
get
about
some
all the
hot
different
water.
oils you can find at Walmart. All right, you can't get this oil at Walmart, but
Where's my
what you want?
my tea thing here?
Oh, your tea bag.
Yes.
I think
There it is.
I think you got tea bagged over there.
I got my tea bag.
You got your tea bag?
Here's my tea bag.
You want another tea bag?
No, I'm gonna stay
Okay.
with this one.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not going to sell it. We're going to keep a better product. We're going to keep the price competitive, and you know, we know what other brands are sold there. We're going to stop there. Okay,
Just some hot water.
Johnny, I'm a
That'd be great.
long
Yeah, that'd
distance
be great.
trucker and haven't had a beer in 6 weeks. That damn beer
Getting
has
some
my
hot
attention.
water.
Johnny, it's not a beer. Johnny, it's tea. It's okay though. Stop by Vegas, get a hold of me or even, and I'll buy you a beer. Fantastic. I might even take you to the Olive and buy you a beer and make you buy dinner. It's fair. It's fair that way. All right. Okay, next grouping of questions. Oh,
Thanks. Good man. Thank you, sir. Sweet.
there we go. Okay.
That's it. Good to go.
Dennis Adkins 040 is the best. I like 040. I would recommend you keep it to the applications that allow up to a 40 weight.
Oh my God.
Jeff,
we have 24 viewers right now.
Awesome. Oh, 25. 25.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Awesome.
That's
so
incredible,
back to
Jeff.
the 040. If you've got a vehicle that calls for 020, calls for 030, calls for 520 or 530, I would stay away from putting the 020 unless you plan on putting that thing through some hell and some track. But still, let's go back to Dodge. Okay,
right.
Let's go to the Dodge Hemi. The first vehicles blew my mind. Somebody had gone to a disreputable place or whatever. Don't know the whole story, but they put in the wrong oil. And everybody's like, oh, they'll ask me, hey, can you make sure they put in the right oil last time they did the oil change? That's impossible. Not without an oil analysis lab. I mean, it'd be cool if I could, but here's what I can tell you. Dodge will tattle on the oil change place within about, 400 or 500 miles. It has an oil viscosity code. It is the only, I believe it's a P1241 or something like that, if off the top of my head, 1241, 1291. If you put the wrong oil under the oil pressure to open an actuation valve and to disable a cylinder, and they do this math based on the viscosity of the oil. So two things will happen. A, cheap oil sludgy, that's going to do it.
Wow.
Conventional motor oil, which is multi-viscosity by man, not by the earth. Regular engine oil, before they start the 30 weight.
Straight 30.
Yeah, straight 30. So everything you add into there will make your 520. It'll make your 530, 1030, 1040, 50, 2050, whatever. All these modifiers, but after it loses those modifiers, they're not permanent attachments to the oil. It starts to break down. Now, Eben says your oil will thicken. That's exactly what it's doing. It's losing its ability to change weights. It's like a chameleon. You just burn with a blowtorch.
Yep.
It can't do it anymore.
Yep.
But full synthetic, 100% synthetic, is multi-viscosity because we said so.
And that's what they put in it, is they actually put the additive packages in.
And then they basically, so they put all their shit in, they throw it in a big pressure cooker, and they cook it down. I don't know what temperature. I had a friend who told me a while ago, let's see here.
Little Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah, a little, that's okay.
Okay.
So I had a friend tell me a while ago, and they explained that process to me. And so you cook this stuff down, and when you have it, it's been changed at the molecular level.
Correct.
I mean,
chemical change.
Yeah, a chemical change at the molecular level. Everything gets put back together the way we want it to because we said so.
Yep. So, how this is also different is the 100% synthetic has no mineral oil in it, so it's all ester-based, and it's just man-made. So basically, it's a specifically engineered oil molecule, and it's not a refined oil like this. So the volatility is just much more stable under high heat, and this actually pours at negative 60 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit.
Ooh.
So if you have a jet like the jets, it all started with Amatuzio. He was a award-winning fighter pilot, the guy that started AMSOIL, and he recognized the superiority of the synthetics. So he said, I'm going to take this stuff and put it in cars. And at the time, he was like, it was tough to get it going because it cost 6 times more money than regular oil, so it was tough to sell.
Yeah.
So he started distributing it through multi-level marketing. All different independent AMSOIL dealers sold it, so it didn't sit on a shelf. And by doing so, he got the word out, and then he actually tested it with Bobby Unser, 12-time Pikes Peak hill climb champion. He found that there was no shearing, so there was no metallic in the oil. His rear diff held up, and then he did some more chemistry. Went out to Texas, got it SAE certified, 1972.
Awesome.
And that's when AMSOIL became, basically on paper, it was all 100%. But way before then, in the mid-60s, he was already using it, doing chemistry with it, and actually testing it.
Okay.
So it really, AMSOIL is from the mid-60s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Miguel. AOG. Eben, you deserve more subscribers. There you go.
Thank you.
Not only do you show us how to protect our cars to reach millions of miles, but you also pretty much have how to do an oil change type videos for different vehicles. Yeah,
That's what we're working on.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've made it through most passenger cars. Gosh, everything.
Let me take a look at what we look like.
Yeah.
Here. See what's going on. See if it's still running. Yeah, we're still running, Jeff.
Good.
We're at 56 minutes.
All right.
We got
Oh gosh, are we approaching the hour already?
8 thumbs up. Yeah, we're wrapping up the
Oh
hour.
my gosh.
Got lots of good top chats. Lots of great Preston Edmond. Thank man for being a part. Richard Meeks. Jared Powell. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Jared, for being a part of the community. Preston Edmond, what's the best for pro-charged SBC?
Pro-charge what?
SBC. I don't know what SBC is, but I know anything pro-charged, robust additives like zinc and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you'd probably want to run like a 1040 high zinc and phosphorus. That's the premium protection AMSOIL. That's 100% synthetic.
That's actually what we're going to be putting in my Mustang when
Yep, we're going to be putting in the Moonstang.
we do the Mustang video. And then we're going to do a burnout.
Oh,
You know why we're going to do a burnout?
it's going to be so much fun.
Because I need new tires.
All right, Jeff needs new tires.
We're going to smoke the old ones off.
We have to.
I wonder if I can get one to pop.
You can get one to pop.
Well, I
Jeff.
know I could, but I have the guts to get one to pop.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it. We'll do it.
You have the guts for my car?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Thanks, man. Good
Well,
looking out.
I'll be on the video, so
Yes,
I'm going to
you will.
make sure
You're
that...
going to be inside the car screaming like a little girl. I'm going to
Yeah.
make sure of it.
Yeah.
We'll
And
be doing donuts.
And now this is going to be a safety thing. We're actually going to show you how to safely do this
Yeah.
in the proper environment
Right.
where there's no
right
one else
behind
around.
my shop.
Yep. Yep. We're going to make sure it's completely safe because a tire material can come off.
Yeah.
And-
What we're going to do is we're going to post vehicles on either side so the cops cannot get in to arrest me. I'm just kidding. I would not do that. Wouldn't do that.
You're funny, Jeff.
All right. So,
Try refreshing that thing because this thing's still on.
no.
Let me see what the battery level is.
I'm sure yours is fine.
Let me see what the battery level is.
That's fine. Refresh.
We're at 27%. All right. All right. We're still rolling.
I believe it's. Oh wait.
We're rolling.
Oh,
All right. So, let's see what other questions. Jeff just reset the computer.
all right.
We're going to see what other stuff we got going on. What other questions we got, Jeff? It's still loading.
Yeah,
but,
it's still loading.
you know,
Well-
we really appreciate all these comments here. It means so much to get this stuff. And thanks for being a part of the community. We got so many names here to call out. We had one more guy. What is this? Eug Kabat.
Okay.
That's a sophisticated name.
I like it.
You said talk about Honda transmission improvements using AMSOIL instead of DW1. Not sure it's 100% synthetic. So the Honda trans fluid's not 100% synthetic at all. Go ahead, Jeff.
I got a Honda
All right,
that we are going to do
tell us more.
the service on. Now, two things. First
Transmission
off,
fluid change on it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I took a small step forward.
All right.
Not the big one, but I took my Honda Pilot that we've talked about, and before I went on the trip, I actually put in a bottle of the AMSOIL engine flush,
All right.
or engine transmission flush. Sorry, I shouldn't
Yeah.
exclude it. Does transmission, and I flushed the transmission. My shifts, so much better. I was getting a very, very soft, what I like to call a flare shift.
All right.
A soft shift indicates varnish or glazing of the discs.
All right.
Got it off. Didn't explode my transmission. It made me very happy.
Wow.
I confidently grabbed my cojones and did it on a vehicle that had 200,000 miles.
Holy cow.
Some technicians won't do a transmission service over 100,000 miles or 120. 200,000 mile vehicle. I flushed it. I did not put AMSOIL. That's why it only says half. I did not put AMSOIL. I did put a synthetic AF6 in there, which I do like. Highly friction modified. Good all the way up to Dextron 6.
All right.
Wonderful stuff.
All right.
So once I put that in, started shifting way better. The next step is I'm going to do one more flush because I want that shit out of there. And we're going to do AMSOIL. And we haven't done our flush video yet for the transmission that we
haven't. So Jeff's going to show taking off the oil cooler line and doing that. But I also wanted to touch on his Honda. You can run the 100% synthetic ATF fluid in a Honda, and it meets and exceeds the DW1 specification.
Absolutely.
Probably beats it by, I would say, 2 to 4 times. So you can comfortably double the transmission fluid change interval on a Honda under severe service with the 100% synthetic AMSOIL. So basically, say you're towing 1,000 pounds with a Honda Pilot, that's about all you want to tow. Say you're supposed to change it at 15,000. With AMSOIL, you could go 30. And what's going to happen is the oil's just not going to thicken, and the carbon deposits just aren't going to build up in the trans, and it just holds the heat better. Now, there is a catch.
Uh-oh.
The catch
What's
is
the catch?
if you're on like a diesel truck or something, there's a lot of slippage in when you're towing. And that slippage has material gets full of particles. You do need to change that filter. So the fluid might still be good,
Right.
but if your trans isn't shifting as quick as it used to, you still want to
Get a
change
filter,
it.
yeah.
You still want to change it and do the filter.
And if you have the transmissions that have the internal filters,
do that too.
do the flush. You
Yep.
can't change the internal filter unless you're willing to pull out the transmission, separate it, and do it. I'm not.
Yeah.
But the fluid flush, now, I'm going to give you the warning. Do not do the fluid. It's going to happen very fast.
Yes.
A fluid flush, when done the correct way, the redneck way that I do it, it's done in about 4 minutes.
And it's a commitment. It's
yeah.
It's even more committing than getting married.
I use 3 people.
All right.
I have 1 person at the ignition. I have 1 person downstairs holding the. So far,
Oh,
so
really
good.
good.
Maybe another
Excellent
shot of
service here.
the strong shit.
Amazing.
All right, gotcha.
All right, that was a big drink. So, basically, you have to run that flush, okay? But then you have to get every drop of it out. So you got the one guy at the ignition switch ready to turn off the vehicle. His job is to pour in fluid at as close as you can match the rate that the fluid is coming out. It's just a guesstimate. Downstairs, you're sitting there with hoses, and I point them. I actually point them onto a oil filter that's white. And as the fluid covers the filter, as it's spraying out, because it is spraying out, that fluid's coming straight off the pump. It's coming up from the pan, through the pump, out there, and then you're filling the top, which is going through the rest of the transmission. So this is pumping this shit out fast. You're spraying the oil filter. Once the fluid becomes beautiful, nice and red, rich color, and no more stairs, you hook your cooler line back up, and at that point what I'll do is I'll do a drain and a fill so I know exactly where my fluid level's at, and test drive it and recheck the fluid level. That in my experience, transmission flush machine, and I know damn well none of you guys at home want to have a damn transmission flush machine. I don't even want one. It takes up space. The amount of training I've had to deal with to train guys to use the transmission flush machine, it becomes an if you work at a place that does transmission flushes a lot and you guys use the machine, that's awesome. But just so everybody knows, if you see somebody sticking a hose down your dipstick tube to pull the transmission fluid out, that is only a transmission service. That is going to replace the quantity that your vehicle stores in the pan or in the reservoir.
Yes.
That's it. That's all you get. Or if you got a drain plug, you pop the drain plug, drop it down. That again is not a transmission flush. A flush, that is a verb. You are doing
TPs.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a little link right here in the corner. And what that's going to do is that's going to go to all my previous transmission fluid changes from manual transaxles. So that's a differential and a manual transmission all in one. We have that on anywhere from a cute little Mickey Mouse smart car to diesel trucks with regular ATF fluid to the thin ATF that goes in Hondas, the new BMWs, the Mercedes. So definitely check that playlist out in the corner. And you can see all the different vehicles and most likely your style of transmissions in there, and you can see how to service it. It's super easy. When you have the right tools and you got the proper fluids, it's like easy as pie. It's like eating a slice of apple pie.
I mean, and some of your maintenance stuff is easy enough to do at home if you want to.
Some stuff's a stickler, right?
Yeah, and some stuff's a pain in the ass.
Yep.
I mean, there's no lies. Let's give, for example, a Toyota with a 3-liter V6. If you own one and you've ever changed your oil before, or you've worked on one and you've changed the oil, this right here is going to be burned badly, I promise you, because the oil filter is directly below the exhaust manifold. You can try to put like rags and stuff on your arm and hope the heat doesn't come through, but you're also grabbing a nuclear hot filter. And we discussed the filter temperatures increase when you take them off, right?
We got to show that. I love that, Jeff.
What, so I can burn? You want me to just do it and burn my hand? Is that
No,
what-
we're going to get you some thick rubbers.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
How
keep
am I
it
going to be able to
protected.
feel it? All
Jeff.
right, well, it's a balance, right?
Jeff,
It's
it's
a balance.
protection first. Protection first.
So we'll go over that later. We'll discuss that one next week when it's 110 out. We're changing oil on a car that has a hot filter. I do have a temperature gun. We can actually shoot the temperature of the filter before and after. But
right.
basically, once the oil runs out of the filter, it no longer has any of the heat dissipation that the oil provides, and it gets hotter immediately, and it burns your effing hand. So, that being said, yeah, those Toyota. Fortunately, I don't have.
So we'll cap her up.
nothing. Yeah, let's call it. Let's cap it for the day.
All right, so one quick thing. If you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about this stuff, definitely consider subscribe. Beautiful, beautiful poetry with lube. And we haven't started painting with it yet. That's coming next. But definitely
considered an oil?
with diesel oil, it's so thick and sooty, you can paint with it. But, yep. And then if you ever want to check out the AMSOIL products, this is a preferred customer book. And you get one of these once you're a preferred customer. And basically, it's like a wholesale account. You get 25% off. You get free shipping on any order, $100 or more. And it's the most cost on all different products, from diesel oil, different graphs showing the difference of the products. And you can go through it, play with it. And it's just the most cost-effective way to get it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add, Jeff?
Put it in my mouth.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a little.
I will say, as a dealer, if you have any idea that you're going to do any volume of oil purchase in a year,
Yep.
I recommend getting the dealer, because the dealer does save you a little bit more. I mean,
Yeah.
right? You save a little bit more.
Yep.
It justifies the volume. You do. There is the fee's a little bit more to become a dealer, correct?
It's a little bit more, but it's insignificant.
Yeah, it's in comparison to, like,
There's the new Easy
the
Pack.
savings.
Yeah, the new AMSOIL Easy Packs are
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool. There
So,
you go.
Ladies and
What else,
gentlemen,
Jeff? Is that it? You good, Jeff?
thank you for joining us for dinner. Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, yes.
That was awesome.
And it means so much to get all these good questions from
Yeah.
everyone, being a part of the community, and having Zach do our first super chat today.
That was awesome.
And
Thanks,
yeah,
Zach.
it's just gonna go. Jeff and I will split that, and we're gonna go ahead and put it back in. We got the giveaway coming up.
Yeah.
Now, let's quick say what we're gonna do. We're giving a $100 gift card away.
$100 gift card.
We're also giving away a universal joint.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me see your card.
3/8 drive.
We're going to be giving a gift card away, and that even if you're far away, we'll ship the products to you, whatever you want. Just let Jeff and I know,
Yeah.
and we'll get you whatever. If it's a car part, you want some lube or something, let us know.
Please.
We'll get you taken care of. And we got a winner. That's the 27th, July 27th. It's 11 a.m. And
Pretty stoked.
yep, we'll be doing that. We're also giving away second place is a 3/8 snap-on universal drive.
Yep. And then we got two
Magnet.
items.
We got a magnet.
Ah, yes.
That's a third place. We got the snap-on magnet to pick up parts if you drop it in your engine cord.
That's
It's a telescoping magnet.
That's it.
And
There you
we
go.
might have something else. So that
Maybe.
could be a bonus. You never know.
Maybe.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. If you guys have any issues technically,
The description below. We're
That's
gonna
right.
put Jeff's garage in the description below. Yep.
awesome.
All right.
Beautiful. So,
Cheers to protection, protection, protection. This is some diesel additive. Boom. Cheers, Jeff.
shit.
Cheers.
cheers.
Boom.
Like a monster.
Yes.
Just
You're a superstar, Jeff. Superstar.